My name's Kendra with Ray Yoga. Welcome or welcome back. Today's yoga class is a floor yoga sequence. If you're looking for something that is just on the ground, then this is for you. We'll be on our backs and our stomachs, working on some stretches and a little bit of strength. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. Okay, come onto your back if you're not already there. Allow the knees to be bent, feet grounded on the mat. Take the arms down towards the torso, turn the palms to face the ceiling. The eyes can stay open or you can close the eyes. Taking a second to arrive onto your mat, into your body. Without changing anything about the breath just yet, simply notice the body breathing itself. See if you can notice where you feel the breath as you naturally inhale and exhale. Place the right hand onto the belly, left hand onto the chest. And start to deepen the breath. As you inhale, filling the belly, rib cage, chest, and back body. Exhaling, feeling everything soften down. Inhale, you can feel the hand rising as the belly expands outward, the chest, rib cage, back body. Exhaling, everything drops down. And as you continue to deepen your breath, notice if you're feeling any strain. Being mindful how you're showing up today. If it's too much to breathe deeply like this, then simply allow yourself to breathe normally. If it feels good for you to deepen the breath, then go ahead and do so. Checking in with yourself and noticing what you need right now. It's going to be different for you every day, and it's going to be different for each and one of us. Each one of us. Good. Release the arms down towards your torso. Ground the palms onto the mat. Inhale, extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Looking at your right foot, begin to wiggle the toes. Circle the right ankle. Go the opposite way with the movement. And then take the movement down to the right knee. Begin to move the right knee as best you can in a circular motion. Going the opposite way. And then the movement travels all the way down to the right hip. This isn't going to look one certain way, just moving in a motion as best you can for your body. Inhale, extend the right leg all the way back up towards the ceiling. Press the right heel up towards the ceiling, all 5 toes pointing back towards your nose. Place the hands behind the right thigh, knee, or calf, or you could grab onto the toes. Keep reaching the right heel up towards the ceiling. Inhale fully. Exhale, using the hands to help guide the right leg towards the torso. Pausing right when you start to feel a stretch in the right calf and hamstring. Taking a couple deep, full breaths here. As you exhale, release the hands back onto the mat. Take the right ankle and cross it on top of the left thigh. Right knee is now opening up towards the right. Allow the right foot to be flexed. Inhale, lift the left foot off of the mat. Clasp the hands behind the left leg. Exhale, use the hands to help draw the legs towards the torso. Taking the right elbow, resting it on the inside of the right thigh, and help gently open up the right knee. Moving the weight ever so slightly into the left side. Focus on taking 2 breaths. Exhale, unclasp the hands, ground the left foot onto the mat. Take your arms into a T position. Palms turn to face the ceiling, or the palms are grounded on the floor, finding what feels good for you. Cross the right leg completely on top of the left, so there's no space in between the top of the left thigh and the back of the right thigh. Ground deeply into the left foot and help yourself move the sit bones towards the right side of your mat. This will give you some space as you exhale. Release the knees down towards the left. In this position, if you feel like you want some extra support, it's always really nice if you have some blocks. You can put it underneath the right knee, or if you have some pillows or blankets, you can help prop up the knees. If it feels nice for your neck, you could take the gaze and look it over the right fingertips. And in this position, as you inhale, seeing if you can feel the belly expand outward as you inhale. As you exhale, it softens down. If the gaze is looking over the right fingertips, bring the neck back to neutral. Take the left hand on the inside of the right knee and help guide the legs back through center. Uncross the right leg from the left. Take the arms down towards your torso once again. Ground the palms onto the mat. Take the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And sway the knees from left to right, going back and forth. Move slowly. And as we keep moving the knees from left to right, as the knees go right, take the gaze and look over towards the left shoulder. As the knees go left, the gaze looks over the right shoulder. Going back and forth. Pausing at center. Take the feet back to hip width apart. Inhale, extend the left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Wiggle the left toes. Circle the left ankle. Go in the opposite way with the circle of the ankle. And really focus on what we're doing here. It could help by actually looking at your left foot, seeing the motion, feeling your left ankle. And then allow the movement to travel down into the left knee. And all the way down to the left hip. And again, this isn't supposed to look any certain way, just moving in a motion that feels nice to you. And it might feel a little awkward. That's totally okay too. Pausing with the left leg, extending up towards the ceiling. Press the left heel all the way up towards the ceiling, all 5 toes of the left foot pointing back towards your nose. Place the hands behind the left thigh, knee, or calf, or you could grab onto the toes. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, drawing the left leg towards the torso, pausing right when you start to feel a stretch in the calf and in the hamstring. Be mindful of the left knee, to not lock the leg in this position, maybe a slight bend in the left knee. Soften the arms and the tops of the shoulders. Couple breaths here. Exhale, release the arms, cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Left knee opening up towards the left, left foot flexed. Inhale, lift the right foot off of the mat. Clasp the hands once again, but behind the right thigh. Exhaling, drawing the legs towards the torso. Use the left elbow on the inside of the left thigh to help open up the left knee. You could stay in this position, or if it feels better for you, you could ground the right foot onto the mat while keeping the left knee opening up towards the left. Again, making any small adjustments in your full expression of the posture. Finding what feels the best for your body today. Take one more breath. Exhale, ground the right foot onto the mat, release the arms. Take the arms into a T position, palms facing the ceiling or palms grounded on the mat. Cross the left leg on top of the right. Ground into the right foot, move the hips towards the left side of your mat. Exhale, release the knees down towards the right. Maybe you use a block, pillow, or blanket to prop up the knees. You could take the gaze looking over the left fingertips if that feels good for the neck. And then wherever you land, breathing deeply. Inhale, take the neck back to neutral if it's not already there. Take the right hand underneath the left knee and help guide the legs back through center. When you get there, uncross the left leg from the right. Hug the knees in towards the chest. You can rock from side to side, giving your low back a little self-massage. Exhale, release the feet, grounding the feet onto the mat, hip width apart. Arms lengthening down towards your torso, ground the palms onto the mat. Now really feel all 10 toes grounding on the floor. Notice your pelvis. See if you can find a neutral pelvis, allowing the natural curve in the lumbar spine to be there. Drawing the navel slightly in. And imagine that you have a block in between the inner thighs, squeezing that imaginary block. Keep grounding into the feet and the hands as you inhale, lift the sitting bones off of the mat. Low back lifts, mid back. Pausing with the glutes lifted. Keep grounding the hands onto the mat and the feet. Squeezing that imaginary block in between the inner thighs. Hugging the navel in. Notice your position in this posture. Being mindful to not come up super high so that you have a really big arch in the low back. As best you can, you want to try to keep your pelvis in a neutral position. Keep grounding the heels deeply onto the mat. Feel the glutes engage. Take a couple breaths. You could stay right here, or if you feel like you need to come out, then definitely do so, and then you could come back in when you feel ready. Always checking in with yourself and noticing. Challenging yourself with compassion. As you exhale, really, really slow, begin to release the back body all the way down onto the mat. Great, and when you get there, hug the knees back in towards the chest once again. Exhale, release the feet onto the mat. Great. Slowly and carefully come onto your stomach. When you get there, allow the forehead to rest on the mat. Palms ground onto the mat close to underneath the shoulders. Feel the tops of the feet grounding on the mat, front of the pelvis grounding on the mat. Drawing the navel slightly in, a gentle drawing in of the navel. Allow the elbows to move in towards the torso. Tops of the shoulders are moving away from the floor. Back of the neck is nice and long. And as you inhale, think about allowing the head to move forward and then extend the spine up. Only coming up into baby cobra. Again, keep grounding the tops of the feet, front of the pelvis onto the mat. The entire spine is lengthening up. Feeling the back body engage. Maybe you lift the palms off of the mat. Staying right where you are, 2 breaths. Exhale, release down. Release the right ear onto the mat. Take the arms down towards your torso. Turn the palms to face the ceiling. Bend the knees. Sway the legs from left to right. Exhale, release the legs onto the floor. Take the forehead back onto the mat. Ground the palms right where they were, grounding the palms close to underneath the shoulders. Take the elbows back in towards the torso. Ground the tops of the feet, front of the pelvis. Inhale. Imagine that your top of the head is moving forward first and then lengthening all the way up. Gently drawing the navel in. Back of the neck is nice and long. Breathing. Exhale, slowly release down. Forehead rests on the mat. Take the arms down towards your torso. Ground the palms. Arms are straight, palms grounded on the mat. Take the tops of the shoulders and move them away from the floor. Think about your right leg. Inhale, lift the right leg off of the floor, only coming up a little bit. Feel the right glute engage, right thigh engage. Hamstring is working. The entire right leg is working to keep you here. Keep grounding the palms onto the mat. Keep the core engaged. Take 3 breaths. Exhale, release the right leg. Focus your attention on the left leg. As you inhale, lift the left leg off the mat, only coming up a little bit. But then really start to fire up that left glute, the thigh, hamstring. Keep grounding into the palms, drawing the navel gently in. 3 breaths. Exhale, release the left leg down. Good. Stack the hands in front of you. Rest the forehead on the hands. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment. Slowly rolling onto your left or right side, whatever feels best for you. You can rest the hand onto, or the head, onto the arm. Knees are bent. Then help yourself all the way up, nice and slow. Come into a seated position. Awesome, and then when you feel ready to move on to your day or evening, you can go ahead and do so. Thank you for joining me.